Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Motivational Mondays. Absolutely fantastic to see you here again this week. And if you didn't catch last week's video, check it out on the channel. So what's today's Motivational Monday all about? Well, it's about accountability. We all need accountability. I need accountability, you need accountability. What do we need accountability for? Well, if we've got big audacious goals, or maybe small goals, or things that we just want to achieve in our life and we haven't achieved them, usually there's a big reason why. And part of it is because maybe the why we want to do it isn't powerful enough, but also it might be that we've got Manana syndrome and that we don't know how to tackle it, so it's easier just to put it off till tomorrow and say that I'm going to do it tomorrow. Whereas if we've got somebody to be accountable to, it's more likely that you are actually going to nail it and get it done because you've got that accountability. Now, accountability comes in all different forms. It doesn't have to just be about you getting a task done. It can be about your money. It can be about absolutely any area of your life. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a few hints and tips on how you can be accountable to yourself to make sure that the things that you really want in your life actually get done and happen, because tomorrow might never come. It might be the thing that actually you don't get, and you don't get that opportunity to do something. So know that you're in a world where you can always think that you absolutely tried everything you could to make this thing happen. So what are my tips for you? Well, I mentioned at the early part of the video, it's very much down to how big is your why. Because why we want to do something is really the power behind whether we do it or whether we don't do it. So do you have a big enough why to actually make this thing become a reality? Is it that you want to go and visit a long lost friend in Australia? Is it that you want to buy yourself a Gucci handbag and you've never actually had the money to do that? Is it that you want to buy yourself a new yacht because the one that you've got right now isn't doing the job for you? It doesn't matter what it is, you've got to want it enough and you've got to understand why you want it. So I like the idea of being very accountable to ourselves in a visual way. So one of the things that I get my clients to do before they actually start working with me is do a video just like I'm doing to you right now, which talks about why they want to make these changes in their life. So what I want you to think about is, what's the thing that you want to be accountable for? And I want you to record yourself a video to say why it's really important to you. Now, don't just do this on a whim. Actually put some thought in it and write down a list or brainstorm or mind map, whatever it's called nowadays, a list of why it's important to you and why you want to do this thing. Because that will then have power behind it, and it'll actually make it more important to you if it is, or less important if it's not. But sit and record this video and actually look yourself in the eye and really, really tell you why this is important and why you want to make it happen. On top of that, what would I really suggest that you do? Well, if you're really serious about actually moving yourself forward, progressing, and changing your life, then there's another couple of ways that you can do it. Mastermind groups are one brilliant way of actually keeping you accountable, because the great thing about a mastermind group is that you have this amazing group of people around you, and if you pick the group very well, you'll have people that have got different strengths in different areas so that you excel and get the best of all worlds. Now, it might be that you create your own mastermind, it might be that you buy into a mastermind program, or it might be that you just decide to have an accountability partner. So you, on a weekly basis, both have an hour. So you put the hour in the diary, half an hour for one of you, half an hour for the other of you, and all that time is for is to literally put in, this is what I'm going to do in the next week, and next week if I haven't done this, then you have the permission to kick my butt. So think about these things, because as a coach and as a mentor and as somebody that really, really helps my clients to excel, what am I best at doing and what do I get the most praise in one respect for from my clients? Well, that is kicking their butt. because they say that's what I do. I do it in a nice way, but I really, really make sure that we move them forward and they get results. Why is it that I do this? Honestly, because they pay me quite a lot of money to do it, but also, most importantly, because when they come to me, they've got a vision of where they want to be and what they want their life to look like. And by taking me on as their coach, they are employing me to make them accountable for the things that they've told me are really important to them and that they really, really want to happen. So look at your life and look at all the things that you really want to do and see if you're not achieving them, why aren't you achieving them, and what can you do to achieve them. If you are going to pick a mastermind partner and an accountability partner that you're going to use on a weekly basis, don't use somebody that you know will let you get away with things, because that defeats the whole point of it. Use somebody that you know is going to kick your butt. One final little tip I'm going to leave you with then is to do with being accountable with your money, because obviously that's my area of expertise and that's something I want to share with you. So I want everybody to get themselves a little book about sort of so big, a little pocket book that you can literally put in your pocket. And every single day, I want you to write down every single thing that you spend. Because the common thing that all my clients tell me, regardless of their wealth status, are the ones that have got more money than they want to have, and that they not necessarily want to have, but more money than they know what to do with because they earn so well. And then I've got clients that aren't so fortunate in that position. But what I get all of them to do is actually write down what are they spending their money on every single day. Because we make a huge amount of emotional purchases, we also make a huge amount of unconscious purchases where we just think, oh, I'm going to do this. So I really want you to test, why are you making this purchase? Why are you actually doing this thing? And what benefit is it going to give to you and to your life in the area that you're making the purchase? Because a huge amount of people tell me that they don't know where their money goes and they don't seem to know what they spend it on. So this is a really, really great way of you actually being able to see where your money is going. Every single client that has done this has saved, on average, probably 20 to 30% of what they would ordinarily spend every single month, purely by looking at what they are spending their money on. So I hope you found today's motivation motivational, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Please pop your comments below and come and check out what other people have said and how they found this video. So if you're going to live life, make it phenomenal. See you next week.